Welcome to Penn Laird, Virginia, SVS fans, and welcome to another Shenandoah Valley Sports Game of the Week. We are at Spotswood High School, where tonight the Trailblazers, who come in at 0-3, host the 1-1 Central Falcons of Woodstock. Our game tonight brought to you free of charge on telemediaproductions.com, thanks to our sponsors Comcast, El Paso Mexican Grill, Hank's Smokehouse, Harrisonburg Nissan, Jenkins Insurance, Massanutten Resort, May Supply, Medicap Pharmacy, Intellis, Office Products, Old Dominion Realty, Paul Obal Ford, Rockingham Memorial Hospital, Star Heating and Cooling, United Bank, and University Outpost. I am Jay Crawford. I am happy to be here with you again on another Friday night. I am joined in the booth by Jared Brinkley of Blue Ridge Community College, and we are joined on the sideline by Bridget Condon of James Madison University. Jared, these two teams played a 49-48 double overtime game last year. They both lost a lot of seniors, but I should expect to see another close game tonight. What do you expect to see out of these two teams?
Absolutely. I expect about the same score, same result. They've both lost over 20 seniors from last year's teams, and it's hard to rebuild, so don't expect anything different from last year.
And we heard both coaches when they talked with Bridget prior to the game talk about how important it was to get just their footing under them after losing. Spotswood, like you said, lost 23 seniors, and Central Woodstock lost 21, so it's tough to get those young kids back to a point where you don't have to go over the basics every day in practice. You've got to start with those things: how to hand off, how to throw, what proper routes are, proper blocking technique, and all that kind of stuff. And we get to see week 3 of that here for Central and week 4 of that here for Spotswood. So we'll be back with more pregame, and we'll get to hear Bridget's conversations with the coaches right after this commercial timeout.
Business owners, did you know you can advertise on television or online in the Harrisonburg area? Reach your customers locally through the power of Comcast Spotlight. You can advertise on networks of programming like Fox News, ESPN, Food Network, CNN, Bravo, the History Channel, and BET, and more, both easily and cost-effectively. For all your television and online needs in the Harrisonburg area, contact Michael Nelson at 540-529-8285.
Clear to zip. Break the middle. That's good. Good job. Game on.
Hi, I'm Bridget Condon here for Telemedia Productions with Coach Yo. Do you think this year's game will be as close as last year's?
I think it has a chance to be. Spotswood's going through the same pains we're going through. We both had a lot of seniors last year, both had strong seasons, and with a lot of kids at graduation, we're both having some learning woes this year, I think. So it has a chance to be. I think it's going to be a real good game tonight for both of us.
How has losing 21 seniors affected your game plan?
Well, it hadn't really changed our game plan as much as it's just changed how much our teaching we're doing. We had to back up and kind of really settle into a lot of the basics that you take for granted when you have a lot of kids that are seniors. So we've had to back up, take a step back, and just reevaluate and just start with the basics all over again.
What did last week's win against Stonewall Jackson do for your team's confidence?
Well, anytime you get a win, it's a good win, and it's a county rival, so for us it meant a lot. And give our kids a chance to know what it feels like to get a win. You know, with our first game of the year with John Champ, we didn't play real well. We did some things well, but last week we thought we played a pretty good game from beginning to end, and it's just good for the kids to experience the win and hopefully build on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with Coach Dodson.
There's something to be said about honesty and loyalty, about commitment and trust. Yes, these are some of the traits that make a really great friend. And at United, we think they're also the traits that make a really great bank. It's how we've done business since 1839. Knowing names, knowing faces, knowing dreams. So while you're out there at work, at play, and at life, always know we're at your service. United Bank.
Introducing something new from Old Dominion. Our clients have loved our feature-rich mobile site for years. And now you can get all that info in an app. Search the way you like. Discover listings in new ways. From desktop to mobile, we've got you covered. And one more thing, we are the only company in the area to have access to 5 MLS systems. That means you'll get more listings and info here than anywhere else. Guaranteed. Old Dominion Realty. Now that's what you were looking for.
Hi, I'm Bridget Condon for Telemedia Productions, here with Coach Dodson. Coach, how has the loss of 23 seniors affected your game plan?
You know, I mean, whenever you lose that many quality players, it affects you a lot, but we've just kind of stopped talking about them. You know, it's in the past. This is our future. This is the hand we're dealt, and we're really focusing on these kids. And this time, I thought our coaches did a tremendous job this week of not focusing on the negatives so far, focusing on what we've done positive and moving forward.
What else have you done this week in practice to prepare for tonight's game?
We've had tremendous practices. I mean, if you didn't score on a play, you know, it was 30 yards, 40 yards, whatever. If you didn't score on a play, then you had to run extra and you had consequences for it. So we really focused on these guys finishing plays, our offensive line getting downfield, people finishing blocks downfield.
Only scoring 29 points in the past 3 games. What is your plan to increase that number?
Your guess might be as good as mine. No, in reality, it's about doing what we're doing better. When we watch film, you know, it's not that we're doing things wrong as a group. It's one person, 2 person every time. And so, you know, we got to fix that. And it always starts with a foundation. Our foundation isn't very strong right now. And so we got to build from there before we get better at it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For Telemedia Productions, I'm Bridget Condon.
Eugene went to Centera RMH to repair an old shoulder injury, and now he's back to his active life.
With my right shoulder injury prior to surgery, I was not able to do a lot of things I'd like to do. Now I can ride my bicycle, pick up my son, and not have to worry about my shoulder causing me pain. Dr. Muxel was able to repair my right shoulder with a minimally invasive approach so I'd have a quicker recovery. I feel that having my shoulder surgery at Centera RMH has improved my life.
No referral is needed, so visit rmhonline.com today.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
Welcome back to Penn Laird, Virginia, and another gorgeous Friday night. A couple of showers falling early, but hopefully that'll blow through and we'll have a great night of football here for you on our SVS Game of the Week, telemediaproductions.com. We thank you for joining us, and again, we thank our sponsors for all of the help in bringing this action to you live from Spotswood for absolutely free. Now, Jared, we talked a little bit before the game about both of these teams replacing a lot of seniors. Central enters off a 38-6 win over Stonewall Jackson, while the Trailblazers come in with a little bit different problem on their hands. They fell 27-0 last week to Wilson Memorial and are averaging fewer than 10 points a game. Do you think you'll see a different outcome here tonight in Spotswood? Do you think they'll just try to keep it relatively simple and go at these Falcons with what they do best?
I think with the inexperience that they have with all the new players, that they'll try to maintain how they've been playing and build on that. Last week they honestly just got dominated by the 6'5" quarterback of Memorial, and there's not much you can do about that without size and experience.
You're exactly right there. At least it looks to the pregame, it looked like both of these teams were evenly matched. We will find out early on, as Spotswood has won the toss and elected to receive. So they will take the opening kickoff, and we will be underway in a matter of seconds. Talk about Spotswood's troubles offensively and what they're up against. They were outscored 23-15 in their first game of the year over Western Albemarle. Came back and lost 19-14 at William Monroe, and fell last week, as we said, 27-0 to a very, very good Wilson Memorial team. And that's not to take anything away from Spotswood. Wilson, like you said, Jared, just dominated play in that contest.
28, Clifton Kroom, kicking off.
Doesn't look like rain's going to be a big problem tonight. It looks like it may, in fact, have blown over. A lot of the umbrellas that we saw out earlier have now been put away. So both teams should be able to move the ball on the ground and through the air. We look to have a good one, and we are underway from Spotswood. Pooch kick retrieved at about the 24-yard line. Big hole for the return man. He breaks free out across the 40, and the 44-yard line as well. They'll mark him down. Spotswood's got good field position here to start this contest, Jerry.
Yeah, you definitely saw some good blocking in that opening kickoff by Spotswood. Good speed by the return man, too.
Tackle made by number 21, Marcy Wright.
See Paul Glaze leading the team out. The junior quarterback has been their leader the last 2 years. He's returning to the starting lineup along with Khalil Davis, a couple of the familiar faces on Spotswood's offense. Paul Glaze goes under center. The eye behind him, single receiver to either side. The handoff goes up the middle. Bounced outside to the left side of the line. The pickup of about 6 yards. It looks like they'll mark him in midfield. That is a gain of 6, where it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Trailblazers. And again, the hurry up. Paul Glaze under center. Fakes the handoff this time, rolls out to his left and throws back to his left, and that pass is knocked down. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 4 as the Trailblazers rush back to the line of scrimmage. Paul Glaze again under center, the eye behind him, the handoff this time. It looks like to Brady Dodson, the second back through. He will not get the first down. He is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 4th and 4. The ball just moved across the 50 down to the 40. Well, it's sitting right on the 50. The tail of it's sitting right on the 50. And here's a look at the Jenkins Insurance replay, Jared.
That was a great tackle by the defense. Looks like Spotswood was looking for a hole that just never formed.
You are exactly correct. And Spotswood now in punting formation. Should be able to pin the Falcons deep. That ball's retrieved at the 10-yard line. Run right up the middle of the field, then broken to the right sideline. He breaks it to the central sideline. He's still breaking tackles out across the 50 and down to about the 43-yard line is where they'll mark him. And the Central Falcons will have a 1st and 10 at their own 43 at what looked like should have resulted in bad field position. Here we get a look on the Jenkins Insurance replay.
Great return by Connor Hammock. Looks like the return team also got away with a block in the back up there at the 10, but still a great return nonetheless.
He's out to the 43-yard line, 1st and 10 Falcons. They are led by quarterback Sam Barber, who is 14-22, 295 yards, 1 TD and 1 pick so far on this year. The handoff goes up the middle, breaking free, number 23. That's Hank Hoover, the leading running back, and he will score first play of the game. And you just know that's not how Coach Dodson wanted this ball game to begin. First the big punt return, and then the break of the long run up the middle.
Big run by number 23, Hank Hoover. Honestly, it shows the holes that Spotswood had last week with the problems with the quarterback running on last week. I mean, just great speed by 23 and good blocking by the line, but
Clifton Kroom will attempt the extra point.
Clifton Kroom, number 28, in to attempt the extra point. It looks like either a fake or a bad snap. Trying to scramble out. Does he get into the end zone in the corner? He does indeed. That's a 2-point conversion. Whether it was intended or not, we don't know. But that was number 6. Barber with the return, or with the rollout. He scrambles in as we see the Jenkins Insurance replay. He'll just run through a couple of gray shirts and fall backwards into the end zone, extending the ball over the line. He's got the two-point conversion, and with 10:27 left in the first quarter, they lead, the Falcons do lead Spotswood 8-0, and we'll be back after this SVS timeout.
Did you know Harrisonburg Nissan is 24 years old and locally owned? Plus, you can shop from home 24/7 online with our express buying service. Check it out at harrisonburgnissan.com. Give us a fighting chance.
It's a Nissan license number XBR3424. That's
Clifton Kroom again lined up to kick off for Central. They had the ball for what, Jared? All of about 20 seconds, however long it took him to run 47 yards the other, 57 yards the other way and get the touchdown.
Just tore apart Spotswood's defense with the running. I was watching this kicker earlier before the game, and he looks like he has a good leg, so look out for a deep kick.
This time the Spotswood returner breaks a couple of tackles, and he comes up the Spotswood sideline. Both teams appear to be liking their own sidelines, Jared.
Yeah, looks
he
like
gets out across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 Blazers.
Fancy footwork by number 14, Andrew McDaniel. As you'll see right here, he runs down the sideline, tiptoes the sideline, breaks some tackles, gets him out to the 35. Great run.
Handoff goes to him, looks like Dotson. He gets hit almost as soon as he picks up the ball at the 37. Spins forward and leans and picks up about 4 yards. Now they'll mark him up for 3 out to the 40-yard line.
It's a way to fall forward, though.
It is. He picked up about 5 yards that time. The ball was marked originally back at the 35, not the 37. So pick up a 5, 2nd and 5 for the Trailblazers. Polglaze again under center. Eye backs behind him. He does again go to the second back through. That's Dodson, and Dodson again rolls forward even though he got hit about the line of scrimmage. Fell forward and was able to push his way forward for about 4 yards. Nice tough run that time.
Definitely showing some strong legs.
The Blazers get the, you see coaches, or at least we can see coaches on the sidelines holding up their score or holding up cards on the sidelines for the determined to play. This time the handoff again goes to Dotson. It was 3rd and about 1. He needed to get to the 45-yard line, and from what it looks like the placement from the side judge on our side, Jared, it looks like he got it, and they do give him the first down. So it's 1st and 10 Spotswood, their first down of the game at their own 45-yard line. There you see the coaches holding up the play cards. Now you'll see the players go to their wristbands. Polglaze will go under center. He's got 2 receivers out to his left. He fakes the handoff, rolls slightly to his left, throws to Khalil Davis. Davis is grabbed by the shirt and slung down there at the 47-yard line. A gain of only 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Trailblazers.
Riley on the tackle for Central. Gain of 2 yards, 2nd down 8.
See Spotswood get the play, check their wristbands. Polglaze again goes under center. This time he's got split backs behind him, single receivers to either side. He'll take the quick drop, throw right. The ball's just over the head of the intended receiver. That's number 14, Andrew McDaniel. Falls incomplete. That'll leave Spotswood facing a 3rd and 8. And here you see it again on the Jenkins Insurance replay. Just no way for McDaniel to bring that ball down too far over his head.
And that's a shame because McDaniel's the one with the big return earlier, just a few minutes ago. Would have been good yardage.
May have been interesting to see what he could do in open space again after he did on that kickoff. You're right.
Absolutely.
Polglaze under center. 2 receivers to his right. He fakes the handoff, rolls briefly to his right, Flags in the backfield. The pass is complete. It is not enough for the first down, which may be interesting here. They'll be left with third and about a yard, a long yard. But the way it was thrown in the backfield, it looks to be holding on Spotswood. We'll wait to see. It is indeed. That's what the indication is. Holding on Spotswood. And it will be accepted. I guess that's too close a call for the Central coaches to take. They'll go ahead and take the penalty and back them up 10 yards.
Holding penalty against the Trailblazers.
That'll bring up, instead of 3rd and 1, Jerry, that's now 3rd and what looks like to be about 25 yards.
Yeah, I thought they were just going to try to push it through with a short run, but now they're going to have to rely on their quarterback to get that first down.
Central takes a timeout before the play. We'll take it with them, with the Falcons leading the Trailblazers 8-0.
I'd like to remind you that Nationwide Insurance.
Well, folks, it's official. Paul Loball Ford is the #1 select Ford dealer in the entire Washington, D.C. district, including the Valley, for the first half of 2014. All because you made the switch. To meet demand, we've decided to almost double our new car inventory for a bigger selection, which means bigger savings. Plus, free maintenance, including oil changes and tire rotations for the life of your bumper-to-bumper warranty on every new Ford sold. Only where the Valley makes the switch. Are you ready?
We are back in Penn Laird at Spotswood High School. Jay Crawford and Jared Brinkley with you, bringing you the Spotswood Trailblazers versus the Central Falcons on a gorgeous Friday night. The rain has moved on. We've got a good crowd out tonight. If you couldn't make it with us, we're glad you're at least watching us online. Free of charge thanks to our sponsors. Polglaze takes the snap, drops back, and he's going to be flushed out of the pocket and dragged down after a gain of about 3. He's out to the 33-yard line, and Spotswood again will have to punt.
You see the line completely collapse. 66 gets to him, or chases him, and 57 and 63 look to tackle him for the sack.
It's Matthew Edwards and Dominic Richel-Empf, the two guys who eventually brought him down. As you see on the Jenkins Insurance replay, Polglaze over trying to fix his wristband, which also probably got nearly torn off during that play. Two guys hanging off of him. The punt's a good punt.
He's got a leg.
The receiver signaled for a fair catch, but it was 5 yards over his head and eventually rolls out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So Central will take over their second possession, 7:12 remaining in the first quarter, and they will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Spotswood made some adjustments last week and made some things tough on Wilson Memorial. They didn't score again until Wilson did the same thing, got the first possession and drove it down the field. However, Spotswood braced itself, made some adjustments, and Wilson didn't get back into the end zone until late in that second quarter. We'll have to see if they can do the same thing here tonight.
Absolutely. See if they can contain the run game. We'll see right now.
This time the toss goes to Hoover, and he's going to be swarmed under 4 yards back in the backfield. Actually, it'll be a loss close to 5 or 6 yards. He's back to the 17-yard line. That would be a loss of 5, bringing up 2nd and 15 as we look at the Jenkins Insurance replay.
You see Mike's sword with that sack. Good way to get him.
Good eye. Michael Soward, the first guy to arrive, able to bring him down in the backfield. 2nd and 15 now for the Falcons. I have to see if that changes from ground game to passing game here. They were airing it out before the contest, so we will see.
Definitely looked like their quarterbacks had some pretty good arms, even the backups.
Samuel Barber does take the snap, throws a little screen pass over to the left-hand side of the line, intended for number 45. Jesse Cloyd falls incomplete. That leaves the Falcons facing a 3rd and 15 from their own 17-yard line. Spotswood needs to hold here. They may be able to get some good field position.
I would definitely say they've made a few adjustments though already.
They have. Spotswood had both of those two plays read well. even if Floyd had caught that ball, it didn't appear to me that he had that much room in front of him.
Absolutely not.
Barber again in the shotgun. Moves a running back from his left to his right, fakes the handoff to Hoover. He rolls out to his left, throws, and the ball's picked off. See if we can get a number.
31 for Spotswood. That'd be
31
Garrison.
is Hunter Garrison. Makes the pickoff. I don't know, honestly, what was seen there, or he was throwing to a deeper receiver, but Garrison, money on the spot right there, and brings Spotswood possession back at the 19-yard line. It looks like where they're going to mark him down. Yep, Spotswood 1st and 10 at the central 19 after that interception. Good field possession here for the Blazers. Single receivers to either side. A handoff to the up back. The ball's turned over, and it looks like Central fell on it. Who gets up with it? It is indeed Central. 44 appeared to be there. Jesse Bryan and number 2, Connor Hammock.
Just gets a hand on it. Nice poke by Brian Davis for Central.
Stanton Shull, the guy on the ball carrier that time, just got the ball stripped away. Again, both of these teams trying to replace a lot of seniors. Both coaches said before the contest they were trying to find their legs, and we've already seen a little bit of that here early on the Jenkins Insurance replay. That time the handoff did go to Hoover. Hoover is upended in a hurry. Again in the backfield, a loss of about 1. So it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Falcons.
Early on, it looks like both offensive lines are just a little weaker than the defensive lines.
Good observation. We'll see if that continues throughout the game, or see if the coaches make any kind of adjustments on blocking schemes to take care of that. Barber again shotgun. He takes the handoff, or takes the snap. He rolls out to his right. He's got some room on the sideline, gets out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line, where he's pushed out of bounds by 4 Blazer defenders who finally tracked him down there in front of the Spotswood bench. Here, let's take another look on the Jenkins Insurance replay.
It's a strong kid with good speed. You'll see at the end of the play, he actually bowled over the defensive player.
He did deal. That's Khalil Davis coming up thinking he's going to take a quarterback out of bounds, and ended up taking the worst of that wear, it looked like. 1st and 10, Central on their own 33-yard line. And we hear whistles prior to the snap. And it is procedure against the Falcons. That'll cost them 5 yards. And we'll change the down and distance from 1st and 10 to 1st and 15 now for the Falcons.
Small mistakes like that will cost you on your own side of the field.
Exactly right, especially when the running game's been stalled the way it has the last couple of drives with Spotswood's defensive lineman getting into the backfield and upending Hoover before he can make it back to the line of scrimmage. Again, pistol formation, 2 receivers to Barber's right. He fakes the handoff, throws the wide receiver screen out to the far side. Well defended there by Spotswood.
Just a little high for number 3, Tristan Rao, to do anything with it.
Johnny Good, the first guy to arrive there on the tackle. There you see it.
It was just a little high by the time he got it. He had a defender on him. Couldn't run anywhere.
You're right. That brings up, maybe picked up a yard, maybe. 2nd and 14 now. Falcons again in the pistol, 2 receivers to the right. Again, the fake handoff, quarterback chased. He throws down the right side to Hoover. There's nobody with him. He stiff arms a runner and gets out of bounds, or stiff arms a defender and gets run out of bounds at the Spotswood 32-yard line. And Jared, as we take another look at this, the Jenkins Insurance replay, there's just nobody home on this pass.
No, and that's a great throw by Sam Barber on the run. Just a great catch, and good luck catching 23 too quickly. He's got some speed on him.
Finally run out of bounds by number 1, Michael Sword, but not until he's back in Blazer territory. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Falcons. We are under 4.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Central leading 8-0, the SVS game of the week. They're resetting the game clock, as you may have heard through my microphone, or through Jared's microphone. They want 4:27 put back on the clock. Right now I'm looking at 42 minutes, so we're a ways off from that. Give me a chance to tell you that our scoreboard you see at the bottom of the screen, brought to you in part by Comcast, supporting your home and business. Massanutten Resort, your Four Seasons Resort. Intellos, wireless for the people. Old Dominion Realty, built on integrity. And United Bank, celebrating 175 years. Bank with United. We thank them for bringing you our score clock. We've got our score clock set, 4:27. That's the proper time. Unfortunately, we're still looking at 42 minutes. There we got it. There we got it. Good work, camera guys. Give us exactly what we're talking about here. 4:27 remaining in the first quarter. Central again in the pistol. Barber takes the handoff, gives to Hoover. Hoover tries to make his way back to the line of scrimmage. He does. Falls forward down to the just short of the 30. We'll give him 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 now for the Falcons.
You're just not seeing the holes you saw the first time up for Shen Central.
Shows the coaches have done a good job for Spotswood making those adjustments, picking him up, although he did have lots and lots and lots of room on that pass down the right sideline just a minute ago.
Absolutely.
Barber again in the pistol. One back to his right, one directly behind him. One receiver out to his right. This time the handoff goes to the up back.
Number 45, Jesse Cloyd.
Jesse Cloyd,
Ball carrier.
the ball carrier that time. He picks up a quick,
Dual tackle made by Sword. And
we'll call it 5 yards, so that'll leave him 3rd and about 4 for the first down, maybe a long 3. Barber, the quick give this time. Cloyd breaks a couple of tackles, gets inside the 20-yard line. He's got a first down. That time the hole did seem to open up as we see the Jenkins Insurance replay, Jerry.
Just another run by Jesse Cloyd. Got some power. Got his way out to the first down.
Matt Weston, finally the guy who makes a tackle in the secondary, but not until Cloyd had made the first down. 1st and 10, 18-yard line for the Falcons. We are about to go under 3 minutes, 3:08 and counting here in the first quarter. Barber again takes the handoff, or takes a snap and gives to Hoover. Hoover got no place to go that time. Stanton Scholl, first to arrive, it looked like there in the backfield. Looked like he was in the huddle with them as quickly as he got to Hoover that time.
You'll see Stanton Scholl just absolutely destroy the play and tackle him for a loss.
Loss of about 3 yards. 2nd and 13.
See the great student section here in Spotswood.
Good crowds, a little bit of noise being made. We're picking that up on our NAT sound. Again, you got whistles before the snap. We'll have to see what the call is. We've got a timeout Central with 2:13 remaining on the game. You're watching the Shenandoah Valley Sports Game of the Week, and we'll be back with more action right after this timeout.
License number
When we told you the neighbors got to stay past midnight, you told us we're not the neighbors.
When we told you the neighbors got a pony,
A swimming pool, a dirt bike. You told us
we're not the neighbors. But now the neighbors have truly unlimited data from Intellos, and everyone gets their own smartphone.
So, what do you say now?
More phones, more lines, and more data. Stand up and demand more. Act now and get 10 gigs of data with unlimited talk and text for just $45 a month plus 0 down on all smartphones. And Telos, wireless for the people.
Back at Spotswood High School, where the visiting Central Falcons lead 8-0 over the Trailblazers. Falcons driving again, facing a 2nd and 13. The coaches wanted to take a timeout and talk about it. All right, Jared, I'll put your headphone or put your coaching headphones on. What do you expect to see here, run or pass?
I'd say the way the running game's going, just stick with it. They keep pushing down the field. Why stop? They do have great quarterbacks, though, so honestly, the way they're set up, though, it's looking like a run.
Pistol. Time Barber rolled out briefly to his right. He got caught in the backfield and dragged down. The pass that he threw looked like he was trying to get it to number 23. Hoover, maybe. Fell short, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and about 13 for the Falcons. 2:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Here you see a shot of the Spotswood Trailblazer cheerleaders. Play coming in with a receiver.
That's the quarterback.
Quarterback's running to the sidelines every game. He's going to be a tired lad by the time the night's over. Sam Barber again in the pistol. He drops back. This time throws the screen pass to Cloyd. Cloyd spins away from a couple of tacklers, manages to fall forward down to about the 10-yard line, but that will not be enough for the first down.
You'll see here with the 3rd and long, they opt for a short pass and don't get too much out of it. Not enough for the first down, at least.
Ball resting on the Spotswood 20-yard line.
Ball marked at the 20. That'll be 4th and 11. Here comes Sam Barber with the play, so we'll have to see what they've got in mind here.
Dodson and Kaufman on the dual tackle.
This time it's a sure shotgun formation. One back in the backfield with Barber. 2 receivers to either side. Barber takes a snap, rolls to his right, gets a little bit of pressure, throws into the back of the end zone, and it falls incomplete. Spotswood will take over on downs.
Just a little strong by the quarterback to Tristan Rao.
He had a guy wide open. You're right, you'll see it here on the Jenkins Insurance replay. And tell us what you see here, Jared.
Just rushing it too much and getting a little bit too much on it. Just out of the reach of Tristan Rao.
To be fair, he was trying to split double coverage. I didn't notice that whenever we saw it the first time.
That's true.
Tough pass to throw. He did air it out a little bit, got it a little bit too high. Spotswood takes over 1st and 10. They've got the ball on their 20-yard line. Poglaze under center, eye behind him. Here comes Khalil Davis in motion. Here's a swing pass to Davis. Davis gets out to the right sideline, gets out across the 15 and run out of bounds.
Pass from quarterback Poglaze complete to Davis.
At about the, mark it so we can see where it is, guys. About the 16, we'll mark him out to the 17-yard line.
2nd down 4.
As you just saw in the replay, a nice cut by number 4, Khalil Davis.
Took the quick swing pass and made himself a little room on the sidelines. Pickup of about 6. 2nd and 4. This time the toss goes to Brady Dodson. Dodson gets caught in the backfield at the 15-yard line. He'll be dragged down there.
Tackle made by Hoover.
A loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 now for the Trailblazers.
Yard loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down 5.
Poglaze under center. He gives to the first back up. That's number 31, Hunter Garrison. He wasn't able to get anywhere. So when we come back, Spotswood would be facing a 4th and about 5. And we are down to the second quarter, into the first. Central 8, Spotswood nothing. And we'll be back after this break.
Central 8, Spotswood 0.
At Harrisonburg Nissan, right now, you can get 0% financing on select models. Hey, keep your money. Use Nissans. We'll honor and beat all buying service prices. We want your business. Check it out at harrisonburgnissan.com.
We are back in Penn Laird, Spotswood High School to be exact, where the Trailblazers are hosting the Central Falcons and trailing the Falcons 8-0 as we begin the second quarter. I am Jay Crawford, joined by Jared Brinkley, and we've seen quite a game. We expected this to be a close contest, and we got exactly that in the first quarter, Jared.
Absolutely. You've seen a lot of running, honestly. Not a lot of trust in the quarterbacks maybe, but definitely seen a lot of the ground game going.
Both coaches talked about trying to find their legs, and maybe those legs are running legs in what we've seen lately. Both teams trying to gain out some ground on the ground, or gain some yardage on the ground, and neither one been real successful after that first long breakaway by Hoover for the Falcons. Spotswood in punt formation, no surprise. High snap, corralled and kicked away. A nice end-over-end kick. It'll bounce and roll inside the 35-yard line down to about the 34, where it will be down. I believe that's Dodson down there first. Nick DePola's punt.
Dead on the central 34-yard line.
Leaving the Falcons at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, 11:49 to go here in the first half. Pistol formation, double tight ends. Actually, one of those ends is a wing back at this point. The toss goes to Hoover. Hoover's got a good line surge out there on the left-hand side of that line. He gets hit about the 38-yard line. Be a pickup of about 4, where it'll be 2nd and 6.
On the dual tackle for the Trailblazers, gain of 4, 2nd down 6.
Some guys, looks like the big guy's already tired for Spotswood, or for Central. Those guys been going both ways. I believe that looked like Cody Heitzel, the one who has been over gasping for breath. This time 45 is Jesse Cloyd, the running back. He's dragged down at about the 39-yard line, we'll call him. And it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Falcons.
You've seen 45 with a lot of runs. Must be their workhorse.
Hoover and Cloyd have gotten a couple of totes tonight.
Absolutely.
I think Cloyd is probably the fullback in that set, and Hoover is probably the tailback in that set. But they run out of the pistol, which is interesting. This time they're straight shotgun, 4 receivers, 2 to either side. And this time a crossing pattern to number 3, Tristan Rowell. And Rowell's into Spotswood territory, barely breaks the 50. Gets just inside the 50. Well, they'll mark him down right at the 50. I'm sorry, Jared, go ahead.
You're fine. You just see a nice little cut there by number 3, Tristan Rowell, and they get the first down.
A nice little crossing pattern that time. Rowell, nobody went with him. He had plenty of room to make the catch, plenty of room to run once he caught it. First and 10, 50-yard line. Handoff goes to Hoover. Hoover breaks through the left-hand side of the line. He picks up about 4 yards, maybe 5. He picked up 4. They'll mark him down at the 46 of Spotswood. 2nd and 6.
Looks like they're finding their running game a little bit again.
Maybe they made some adjustments to the original Spotswood adjustments after that first drive. You're right, Jared. Pistol formation, one receiver to the right side. I don't know. As soon as we say that, we jinx them, don't we? Spotswood rises to the occasion. That's big number 70.
Hoover on the carry.
Austin McAdams. Not 78, I'm sorry. That's Andrew Kaufman, big guy making the play there. Great play by number 78, Kaufman.
You'd like to see some throws in here so they don't know running's coming every single time. It's how these plays keep getting blown up like this.
You might be right. And the couple times they have thrown lately, there's been spots open. And this time, the quarterback's going to keep on the rollout. He's got the first down. He's down inside the 35-yard line. That's Barber on the keeper.
Run out by Matt Weston.
Weston was the first one there. Good eyes, Jared. And here you see the Jenkins Insurance replay. Weston coming in and forcing him out of bounds at the 34-yard line of Spotswood. Another first down for the Falcons. This game eerily like the last game that we saw, Jared. We were here last week when Wilson was here. Wilson scored on the first possession and then didn't score again until late. Here's another one of these drives, and Spotswood could be looking at a 2-touchdown score.
You're absolutely right, Jay.
Here before the half. This time looked like the sprint option. Quarterback took the snap and rolled out to his left. Flags come in late on the play. We'll have to see what the call is. It's already been signaled holding against Central. This one will come back. I didn't see it, couldn't see it from the Jenkins Insurance replay, but they are marking it off against Central. 8:25 remaining. It will now be first, and we'll call it 17 now for the Falcons. They've had some success with the passing game, Jared. We'll have to see if they open it up here in Central or in Spotswood territory and try to get this score.
You'd think with the first and long that they try to throw it here.
I would expect them to try to pick up half. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Barber takes a snap, rolls back, tries to throw a screen pass to the left side. It falls incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Cloyd.
You see Stanton,
intended for Hoover, I'm sorry.
You see Stanton Scholl just come after the quarterback unblocked, and that's what broke up the play.
Second and 17 now for the Falcons. They lead 8-0. Your SVS Game of the Week. Broadcast live free on telemediaproductions.com. We'll be hearing from our sponsors such as Medicap Pharmacy throughout the night. Also Nintelos and Office Products. Barber takes a snap, fakes deep, then throws back to his right. Number 3's got it. That's Tristan Rao. He beats one defender on the sideline, comes back into the center of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. They lead it 14-0. And here we see the Jenkins Insurance replay. There you see the pump fake. And there you see Rao running under the deep ball. We talked about how well they can throw that deep ball. He just makes one guy miss. That's Andrew McDaniel. Had the shot at him, and once he got inside, he scores.
You definitely see some of the youth and some of the bad tackling you've been seeing.
You're right there. You're right there, Jared. A couple of breakdowns just like last week we saw when Wilson was here at Spotswood. That game ended 27-0. This one's headed the same way if Spotswood doesn't make some changes and quickly find out what they need to do offensively to put some points on the board.
Let's see if they can handle the snap this time for the extra point.
Better snap. The hold is down, the kick. Wide to the left, it looks like. So the score will return, or will stay 14-0 Central. And here you get another look at the touchdown. First half score is brought to you by Hank's Smokehouse, Southern cuisine and barbecue since 1988. And we'll be back with more action right after this.
On the journey to a great car deal, all roads lead to the same location, Harrisonburg Nissan. We've got it all. Great savings on a huge selection of new Nissans and the Valley's largest selection of pre-owned cars. Zero down, sign and drive. And if you'd rather not drive, we're just a mouse click away, 24/7 at harrisonburgnissan.com. Doesn't matter what the map says. The road to a great car buying experience leads to one location, Harrisonburg Nissan, the beast on 33 East.
Back in Penn Laird at Spotswood High School, where the Trailblazers now fall behind 14-0 to Central. 7:44 remaining. Central set to kick off for the second time or third time tonight. Spotswood won the toss and elected to receive. Central has scored twice more since then. So this is kickoff number 3 for Clifton Kroom. We are back underway. The kick. That's McDaniel again. Comes into the middle of the field and is swarmed under by tacklers, led by number 57, Matthew Edwards. First to arrive. Spotswood will take over at their own 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Very, very important that Spotswood get something out of this drive and they don't turn the ball back over with the momentum that Central had, Jared.
Absolutely. 21 or 14 is hard to come back from, but 21 would be harder coming into the half.
Especially knowing that Central has the kickoff in the second half to start.
Absolutely.
Quick screen pass out to the right flank. Just nowhere to run that time. That's McDaniel again on the reception. He had to wait to get his blockers set up, and as soon as he hesitated, the tacklers came. 37 and 57, that's Edwards again, and McAboy. Spotswood now 2nd and 10, very slight gain. They maybe moved the chain of foot. Paul Glaze under center. He gives to the first back through. This time Scholl appears. Stanton Scholl gains 9 yards out across the 35.
It's a great carry by him. You just see him run over the pile and drag a couple defenders down with him, falling forward.
Fell out beyond the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about a foot, maybe 2. Spotswood gets the play from the coaches. Everybody will check their wristbands now. Fake handoff that time kept by Polglaze, I believe. We'll see it here on the replay. Jenkins Insurance replay.
I'm not too sure that was a fake. It looks like a botched handoff.
It does look like a, yep, you're right. It looks like they got their signals crossed up in the backfield. He wanted to hand it off, and the backs went the wrong way, something. He didn't get to give it to anybody. 4th down and about a foot. Spotswood's offense stays on the field. Big play here, Jared, with 5:40 and counting here in the half.
Definitely got to push this across. Wow, great run.
That's Sword. It was in the backfield. Michael Sword found a big hole, breaks it through the middle. As we see here on the Jenkins Insurance replay, found a big hole and just sped through into the secondary, where he was brought down by Connor Hammock.
Doesn't look like he was even touched on the line of scrimmage.
It probably wasn't. Big hole, huge hole there opened up by the line, and Spotswood needs to do more than that to get in the end zone here. 5:25 and counting here in first half. We've got a signaled stoppage on the field, timeout Spotswood. We will take it along with the Trailblazers, and we'll be back with the final 5:09 of the first half right after these commercial words.
If you're planning a remodel, don't make the big box mistake. Visit the showroom at May Supply to get what you need to make your vision a reality. MetaTub has combined bath safety with luxury to create the ultimate bathing experience. All of our tub combinations were created with you in mind. May Supply is off the beaten path, but it's worth looking for thousands of ideas for your kitchen or bath in one place and with the expertise to make it happen. Visit the May Supply showroom today.
Now that's what you had in mind.
Back at Spotswood High School in Penn Laird, the rain has held off. We've got a beautiful Friday night for football. Weather's nice fall temperatures. And we are enjoying this game between Central and Spotswood, although the Spotswood fans aren't enjoying it as much as the Central fans are at this point. 14-0 Falcons here with 5:09 remaining. Spotswood, though, has a first down on their own 46-yard line. Fake handoff by Polglaze. He'll look to throw. He doesn't find anybody open. He starts to scramble. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and then pushes the pile out to almost midfield. It looks like they'll mark him down between the 49 and the 50. We'll give him a gain of about 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Trailblazers as we go under 5 minutes to play.
As you see here, he just avoids a few tackles, doesn't find anybody open, and decides to take it on himself. Falls forward for a couple gain.
That time just a quick curl pattern to number 14. That's Andrew McDaniel. He was open but had to go to his knees to catch the ball. But it is a pickup of 6 yards, we'll call it. 3rd and 2 now for the Trailblazers. This is a more manageable 3rd down. Polglaze under center. He takes a snap. Handoff to Dodson. Dodson breaks a couple tackles, breaks into the secondary, and is finally dragged down. Lost the ball. We'll have to see. They are marking it a fumble. He's lost the ball.
Looks like Morgan Lucy Speedle picked up the ball for Central.
Number 22.
That time just a bad break. A running back trying to make some extra yardage. It's wrapped up. You see him stumbling there. He did come out before he got hit. Number 63. That's Harold Wakeman with the strip from behind on Brady Dodson.
Tough break for Spotswood there. They really needed a score on that drive.
Now they've got to toughen defensively, Jared, because they can't give up another score late in this half and then kick the ball off to start the second half and possibly be down 4 scores early.
Absolutely.
That time Hank Hoover on the carry. A gang of Spotswood defenders on the tackle.
Hoover, the ball carrier. Doppelmayr and Shaw.
Pickup of about 1. We'll call it 2nd and 9 now for the Falcons as we go under 3:30 to play here in the first half. Central leading 14-0 in your SVS game of the week. Spotswood coaches have to be a little bit concerned, Jared. They haven't scored since their week 2 loss at William Monroe.
Yeah, you definitely saw some frustration on Dodson's face a little while ago when they showed him on a replay.
Hoover that time again gets the call and gets the carry. He picks up about 6 yards. 3rd and about 3. Either a long 3 or a short 4, Jared. What do you like?
I think I'd take a long 3.
Just sounds better than 4, right?
Absolutely.
There you go. There you go. Barber gets the play. He's done a lot of running. I'm surprised they're using their quarterback to run plays back and forth, but I'm guessing they do it in practice as well just to give him practice, so he's ready for it on Friday nights. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to his left. The handoff again goes to Hoover. Hoover struggles out beyond the 25-yard line. The 27 is where they'll mark it. That's good enough for a first down. Here you see the Jenkins Insurance replay. Just good leg surge here. He drags those couple of guys an extra couple of yardage what he needed to get the first down, Jerry.
Yeah, you've seen that with both running backs really being able to drag the defenders.
You're right. You're right. First and 10 Falcons, ball on the 27-yard line. We're under 2 minutes at 1:53 and counting. This time the handoff goes to Cloyd. Cloyd goes up the middle. He puts the ball on the ground. We'll have to see who came up with it. You can see the scurry. Central came back up with it.
Cloyd on the carry.
Can't see who gets up with the ball, but somebody. We'll see if we can get it here on the Jenkins Insurance replay.
So you put, someone strips it right there, and actually I think 45 recovered it back.
Floyd got it back, did he? Here we see the great camera work there, guys, from up in the, or down on the track. Great shot, guys. We get to have a lot of fun every Friday night with these guys bringing to these free football games, guys. I hope you enjoy them as well at home on telemediaproductions.com. This time Hoover again, the ball carrier. He picks up
on the tackle.
a couple of yards before he's brought down by Scholl, Stanton Scholl. It'll be 3rd and 4 now for the Falcons, who take a timeout with 1 minute remaining here in the first half.
Massanutten Resort and Elkton are two of the finest restaurants in the Valley. Ciro's Italian Eatery and El Paso Mexican Grill. Ciro's offers authentic Italian cuisine, pizzas, and subs, as well as an extensive hand-picked wine selection. And just 2 blocks away, at El Paso, you'll find the genuine tastes of Mexico. So whether you have a taste for Italian or Mexican, take the scenic drive to Elkton and visit us soon. Enjoy a meal you're sure to remember at Ciro's Italian Eatery and El Paso Mexican Grill.
Hope to see you soon. Salud.
We are back at Spotswood High School in Penn Laird, Virginia. Spotswood trailing visiting Central 14-0 with 1 minute exactly to play here in the first half. 3rd and 4 for the Falcons at their own 34-yard line. A fake handoff by Barber. Barber spins away, goes down the left sideline, and he's out to the 47-yard line where they finally wrestle him to the ground. Nice tote there by the quarterback, Jared, as we see the insurance replay.
You see there the fake and then nice spin and just straight speed to get the first down all the way down to the 44-yard line, or 46-yard line, my mistake.
They did mark him out at the 46. 54 seconds remaining. Central would like to add to this lead. Spotswood has to hope that they can't, because they've got Central has the ball first in the second half. And that time Central just takes a knee. Barber takes a knee. It looks like Central will be happy to go in with this 14-point lead and know that they have possession to start the second half.
Give their quarterback a break from running back and forth a little.
Running back and forth from the sideline to the huddle. You're right. That's exactly right. Give him a little bit of a break. There you see it again, another loss of 4. Those losses don't matter. That'll be the last play of the first half. Central won't have to snap it again. 3rd and 18. They'll take themselves up to the locker room, take a break. As we go under 10 seconds, the Falcons leading Spotswood 14-0. We'll be back to recap the first half and hear from Woodstock coach Michael Yao right after this timeout.
Business owners, did you know you can advertise on television or online in the Harrisonburg area? Reach your customers locally through the power of Comcast Spotlight. You can advertise on networks of programming like Fox News, ESPN, Food Network, CNN, Bravo, the History Channel, and BET and more, both easily and cost-effectively. For all your television and online needs in the Harrisonburg area, contact Michael Nelson at 540-529-8285.
Clear to zip. Break a little. That's good. Good job. Game on.
There's something to be said about honesty and loyalty, about commitment and trust. Yes, these are some of the traits that make a really great friend. And at United, we think they're also the traits that make a really great bank. It's how we've done business since 1839. Knowing names, knowing faces, knowing dreams. So while you're out there at work, at play, and at life, always know we're at your service. United Bank.
Introducing something new from Old Dominion. Our clients have loved our feature-rich mobile site for years. And now you can get all that info in an app. Search the way you like. Discover listings in new ways. From desktop to mobile, we've got you covered. And one more thing, we are the only company in the area to have access to 5 MLS systems. That means you'll get more listings and info here than anywhere else. Guaranteed. Old Dominion Realty. Now that's what you were looking for.
JMU football is back. Join Coach Everett Withers this season for game day highlights, news, and upcoming opponents on the Valley's Fox every Thursday night at 7. Coach Everett Withers and staff talk JMU football plus a little chalk talk. Go Dukes! Tune in Thursday nights at 7 for the Everett Withers Show.
We provide excellent care here at Centera RMH Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, from the initial injury all the way through rehab, and it's all right here in the local community. What I love about my job is the fact that I can get people functioning better and back to the activities they like to do. It's about patient-centered care, and the goal from the nursing staff to the physicians to the rehab staff is focused on helping out people and getting them better.
No referral is needed, so visit rmhonline.com today.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
Did you know Harrisonburg Nissan is 24 years old and locally owned? Plus, you can shop from home 24/7 online with our express buying service. Check it out at harrisonburgnissan.com. Give us a fighting chance.
Well, folks, it's official. Paul Loball Ford is the #1 select Ford dealer in the entire Washington, D.C. district, including the Valley, for the first half of 2014. All because you made the switch. To meet demand, we've decided to almost double our new car inventory for a bigger selection, which means bigger savings. Plus, free maintenance, including oil changes and tire rotations for the life of your bumper-to-bumper warranty on every new Ford sold. Only where the Valley makes the switch. Are you ready?
We are back at halftime. Spotswood High School trailing the Central Falcons, as you see on our graphic, 14-0 here at halftime of this non-conference game. And Jared, this is an important game for Spotswood. They have got their first district game next week as they go to Waynesboro. Important game for both of these teams. What do you think here at the half?
I think that honestly the game could have been worse without some changes in defense for Spotswood after the first drive where Central just ran over them. But still, defense needs to toughen up a little bit. Spotswood offense really just need to get down the field a little bit more. Unfortunate fumbled when they finally got down to their their side of the field, but overall it's not that bad of a game for them.
Game's not out of hand. No,
No.
you're right. It's not out of hand. 10 minutes here at halftime. We see the first score of the game, 23. That's Hank Hoover busting into the open and rambling 57 yards for the touchdown. And here you see a turnover. The TD brought to you by Hank Smokehouse, a defensive play by Paul Oball forward. Make the switch at Paul Oball. Here you see some more highlights. Again, defensive highlights. You see some of these plays, and Hoover again comes into the secondary. Nobody around him, and is finally pushed out of bounds by Michael Sword. But then you see the Spotswood defense stiffen. You see number 15 there, Stanton Scholl, make a play, and there you see big number 78, Andrew Kaufman. He's a 300-pound senior. Expect to see more of him in the second half if Central goes to this running game.
Yeah, they definitely need to mix it up a little bit more with some throws because they're just seeing through it and getting to the running back right away.
And here's the other touchdown, the pass play from Sam Barber to number 3, Tristan Rao. Rao beat one guy on the ball carrier, or beat one guy on the outside and then scrambled into the end zone. And here's the fumble you talked about, Jared. The ball comes out. Spotswood was driving deep into Central territory. Just a bad break there as the Blazers were trying to get back in this game, and we're only down at that point 14-0.
Absolutely, and you see again just by the replays, Spotswood's getting run over by the quarterback of the opposing team.
Hi, I'm
just
Bridget
can't contain
Condon
them.
here with Coach Yo.
Happened a lot last week at
Productions.
Central,
Coach,
where the game ended 27-0 after a 14-0 half. We're at the same point in this half, 14-0 Central over Spotswood. 8 minutes remaining in the break, and we'll be back after we take a commercial timeout.
Office products, we buy right so you can too.
That's right. At Office Products, we do things right. With our multi-million-dollar inventory of new, used, and refurbished furniture, you're sure to find exactly what you're looking for. From desks to chairs, filing cabinets, and so much more.
All the major brands that you're looking for. Office products, we buy right so you can too.
Office Products, we do things right.
When we told you the neighbors got to stay past midnight, you told us we're not the neighbors. When we told you the neighbors got a pony, a swimming pool, a dirt bike, you told us we're not the neighbors. But now the neighbors have truly unlimited data from Intelos, and everyone gets their own smartphone. So, what do you say now?
More phones, more lines, and more data. Stand up and demand more. Act now and get 10 gigs of data with unlimited talk and text for just $45 a month plus zero down on all smartphones. And Telos, wireless for the people.
At Harrisonburg Nissan, right now, you can get 0% financing on select models. Hey, keep your money. Use Nissans. We'll honor and beat all buying service prices. We want your business. Check it out at harrisonburgnissan.com.
On the journey to a great car deal, all roads lead to the same location, Harrisonburg Nissan. We've got it all. Great savings on a huge selection of new Nissans and the Valley's largest selection of pre-owned cars. Zero down, sign and drive. And if you'd rather not drive, we're just a mouse click away, 24/7 at harrisonburgnissan.com. Doesn't matter what the map says. The road to a great car buying experience leads to one location. Harrisonburg Nissan, the beast on 33 East.
Need more from your wireless relationship? Maybe it's time to start a new one. Switch to Intelos Wireless and get 10 gigs of data and unlimited talk and text for just $45 a month. Yes, more data, more value. Plus, get zero down on all smartphones, and we'll even buy out your contract up to $350 per line. It's 10 gigs of data and unlimited talk and text for only $45 a month. Stand up and demand more. Intelos, wireless for the people.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
What do all these people have in common? Potential home buyers. So whether you're a first-time home buyer or an experienced one, let Old Dominion Realty help you with your real estate needs. Old Dominion Realty, built on integrity with proven results. Contact us at odrva.com or call 1-800-296-2455.
Hey, did you know Harrisonburg Nissan has the best selection of pre-owned cars in the Valley? With something for everyone. Best selection, locally owned, #1 volume dealer, it all adds up. Check it out at harrisonburgnissan.com.
Back at Spotswood High School, where visiting Central leads Spotswood 14-0 at halftime. Our Bridget Condon had a chance to catch up with Central head coach Michael Yao. Let's take a sideline trip. Take it away, Bridget.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about another round of applause for the
Productions. Coach, how big was that first touchdown 2 minutes into the game?
It was huge. Kids hit the ball hard to get off the line, and our tailback made a great play and went the distance.
What are you prepared to do in the second half to continue this lead?
Well, we have to keep the momentum. It would be nice to get when they kick off that we get the ball, take it down, score, stick one in. I think it would really put a lot of pressure on them. But mostly, we just got to continue to play team football, which we've done a great job. We've mixed it up, our quarterback, receivers, running backs. Everybody's had a little hand in the ball, and we played a good team game for a half so far, but we got to keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Bridget Condon. Back to you.
We are back at Spotswood High School, where the Spotswood Trailblazers trail visiting Central 14-0 here at halftime. Similar to the game we saw last week, Jared, but it's important now. Spotswood's got to come out, make a stop on this kickoff because Central will have the ball first here in the second half.
Absolutely. Just got to toughen up the defense, get a stop so that they're not down 21. Honestly, turnover would be ideal in this situation.
You're exactly right. If they could somehow get the ball back or force a punt early in this drive, then the Trailblazers would be on the offensive end and may be able to get back in this ball game. They need to make something happen defensively, and then they need to make something happen offensively because they haven't scored since week 2 against William Monroe. We'll be back with the second half kickoff right after this SVS timeout.
Business owners, did you know you can advertise on television or online in the Harrisonburg area? Reach your customers locally through the power of Comcast Spotlight. You can advertise on networks of programming like Fox News, ESPN, Food Network, CNN, Bravo, the History Channel, and BET and more, both easily and cost-effectively. For all your television and online needs in the Harrisonburg area, contact Michael Nelson at 540-529-8285.
We are back in Penlaird at Spotswood High School, where the Trailblazers trail the Central Falcons 14-0 at the half. Central has taken the field now. They are stretching before starting the second half. We expect to see Spotswood in a matter of minutes. They are coming down to the field as we speak, and they will be looking to put a stop, as Jared said earlier, on they're here. We can tell they're here. The cannon just went off and scared everybody in the press box. If the Blazers are back and will look to do something, as Jared said, make a stop defensively, perhaps get a turnover at best cases, create a short field for themselves as they try to get back into this ball game 14-0. You see the cannon crew stuffing some more ammo down inside the cannon, trying to get another round ready in case Spotswood does put a score on the board here in the second half. Something they desperately need to do because, as we said, Jared, they haven't scored since the 19-14 loss at William Monroe in week 2 of the season. They were shut out last week and are being shut out so far this week. That can't be a trend that sits very well with Spotswood head coach Dodson.
Absolutely not. You've seen Coach Dodson frustrated in a few shots, and I don't blame him. Not scoring is definitely not the way to win a game.
No, and he knows he's got so many young people. You brought it up so brilliantly prior to the game. 23 seniors to replace on this team, but you got to think by week 4 they came into this game 0-3. By week 4, some of those answers would have been provided, and they honestly haven't at this point. We're 2 minutes away from kickoff here at halftime. They're down 14-0, and they're giving the ball up here to start the second half.
Yeah, no, and honestly, Central lost 21 players, so they're not too far behind them, and it seems that they've adapted to the new players a little bit better than Spotswood has, as evidence of the score.
Yeah, both coaches sort of provided an echo for each other in the pregame interviews with Bridget, but apparently the Central kids have found more answers. The Central coaching staff have found more answers than the Spotswood staff has, as Central leads it here 14-0 prior to the break. And we'll be back with a kickoff right after this SVS timeout.
Clear to zip. Break a little. That's good. Good job. Game on.
There's something to be said about honesty and loyalty, about commitment and trust. Yes, these are some of the traits that make a really great friend. And at United, we think they're also the traits that make a really great bank. It's how we've done business since 1839. Knowing names, knowing faces, knowing dreams. So while you're out there at work, at play, and at life, always know we're at your service. United Bank.
Back at Spotswood High School in Penn Laird on a beautiful Friday night for football. Fall weather, hate to say it summertime, but fall weather is here. Absolutely beautiful night for football there. Not too hot, not too cold. The Blazers trailing visiting Falcons 14-0. There you see our scoreboard at the bottom of the screen. And again, that's sponsored by Comcast, supporting your home and business. Massanutten Resort, your Four Seasons Resort. Intellos, wireless for the people. Old Dominion Realty, built on integrity. And United Bank, celebrating 175 years, bank with United. Thanks to all of our sponsors for bringing you this game. You're able to watch it free of charge wherever you are on whatever mobile device you have or in your home on a PC. 12 minutes put back on the clock. We're ready to kick off the third quarter here as Nick DiPolo sets the ball on the tee. And we are ready to start second half. Woodstock, Central of Woodstock, 14, Spotswood, nothing. And we are back underway. The high kickoff down to the 10-yard line. Return back to the middle of the field, out to the 23-yard line, where the Falcons will take over first and 10 from their own 23.
See a pretty good return there by Connor Hammock.
Hammock had a couple of nice returns early in the first half. We didn't hear his name a lot thereafter. Here you see the Jenkins Insurance replay. Hammock takes the ball at the 10, brings the ball out to the 20, and then looks for a little bit of room and dives forward to the 23-yard line, where the Falcons have it first and 10. Again, the pistol formation. Handoff goes to Hoover. Same thing as the first play of the game. He goes straight up the middle, picks up maybe 2 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 8.
I'm telling you, Jay, they need to mix in some throws with their play in their playbook, because Spotswood's not getting fooled anymore.
No, they are not, and they've had success, Jared. You're right. They've had success when they did throw the ball. One of them, in fact, a long touchdown pass. But Spotswood's coaches have made a couple of adjustments, and the running room just hasn't been there. Here comes the toss this time to Hoover. Hoover does find room out around the outside. Is finally pushed out of bounds near the sticks. We'll have to see where they mark him. Now, Spotswood's defense did well to string that out, as you'll see here on the Jenkins Insurance replay.
Just tosses wide to number 37, Marshall McCabe. Great run to get the first down. Third down.
Got pushed out of bounds. Wow.
Yeah, it's not where I thought it was, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was further back up the field to your right. 3rd and about 4 now. Important stop here for Spotswood, Jared. Same play, the toss to Maccabee. He starts around the left end, finds a cutback lane, and brings it back to the middle of the field. He's out to the 31-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. We'll have to see what the penalty is.
I don't know, but that was a big hit by Stanton Shaw.
Scholl's made a couple of nice defensive plays tonight.
He has.
Holding on the offense, the penalty is declined. It brings up 4th down at the 30. They're marking them at the 30-yard line. You're right, a big defensive stop there for the Trailblazers.
Just what they needed.
Now we have to see if they can get something started offensively. Here you see McAvoy cut the ball back inside. Let's see where this hit is. Oh, hello. Yeah, big hit there by Stanton Shaw. You're correct. High snap, punter retrieves it and punts it away, end over end kick. It'll hit and take a Trailblazer bounce back toward midfield, where it's eventually downed at the 49-yard line. So Spotswood's got the good field position that they wanted. 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. We'll have to see what they can do with it here.
Great field position. Let's just see if they can push the ball down the field.
Paul Glaze under center. Single receivers to his right and to his left. The handoff to Dodson. Dodson makes a couple of guys miss in the backfield, keeps his legs churning. He gets down to about the 45-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 46, so that's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Trailblazers as we see the Jenkins Insurance replay.
He's always falling forward. He's got some great legs.
Nice surge that time by the offensive line, and some nice cuts and nice leg drive, as you said, Jared, by the sophomore running back. Paul Glaze again goes under center. Stack backs behind him. The fake toss, the handoff to the up back. That's Scholl. Scholl gets a lot of room. He's down inside the 35, down to about the 31-yard line. Spotswood will move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Trailblazers.
He had that big hit earlier to hold him to 4th down on the last drive for Central. Big play, big run.
Nice play that time by Scholl. Nice blocking that time by Spotswood, too. He didn't get hit until he was so far downfield.
No.
Ball this time goes to Brady. Dodson wrestled down at the line of scrimmage. That wasn't Dodson. That's Michael Sword, number 1. Flags on the play. I'll have to see who this is against. Came in the direction. It is holding on Spotswood. That's a big 10-yard penalty. Again, another mistake by the Trailblazers trying to get back in this ballgame down 14-0. They drive deep into the opponent's territories only to have a holding penalty set them back. It is now 2nd and, let's see, 20 now for Spotswood.
That is not what they needed.
Not at all what they needed. Paul Glaze, however, goes under center. Handoff again goes to Dodson. Dodson picks up short yardage before he's gang tackled. I'm sorry, that's Sword again. Sword's replaced Dodson in the backfield. I don't know if he's injured. We'll have to keep our eyes on that, but take a look here.
Second down, 17.
Brian Davis that time on the tackle, as we see on the Jenkins Insurance replay. Paul Glaze again under center, single receivers to his right and to his left. Sword to handoff. He gets back down near the original line of scrimmage. I think he's going to be just short. That'll set up a third and about 11, third, maybe 12 for the Trailblazers.
You'd think they'd have to throw the ball here.
You got to take a chance on making something happen, I would think, unless they feel like they can get it in two halves, unless this is 4-down territory. But yeah, I don't know the play calling here. Coach Dodson trying to make something happen on the ground. 3rd and 11 now for the Trailblazers. Paul Glaze gets him down. There's a quick slant. The ball goes right through the hands of the intended receiver. Ball may have been a little bit behind Andrew McDaniel, but that's a catchable ball, I got to believe.
Yeah, you definitely got to have that catch, especially down 14.
8:19 remaining. Spotswood's offense stays on the field. Play is signaled out. Spotswood will get to play. Check their wristbands and get into formation. Paul Glaze again going under center. 2 backs behind him, single receivers to either side. The fake handoff, the play action pass over the middle, and it is knocked down. Intended for Khalil Davis.
That just sailed over his head, nor even near. Closest receiver was, or closest player was on Central.
Yeah, I don't know who got a hand on that, but the ball was knocked down. I couldn't see where Davis was. We're in a tight spot here in the press box.
I believe it was 16 Karsten Shockey. We'll see here on the replay.
And thanks again to Jenkins Insurance for bringing these replays to you. There it is. Shockey is right. You're correct. The ball's way over his head, way over the intended receiver's head. So Central will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Pistol formation, 1 receiver to the left. The quarterback, Barber, will roll to his right. He'll throw underneath to Hoover, and Hoover is banged out of bounds hard by a couple of tacklers. At about the 38-yard line, where will they mark him? The 38-yard line. So pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Falcons.
Hoover looks to be limping a little. Not too bad, just limping around a little bit.
He'll stay in the game. We'll have to keep our eyes on Brady Dotson and see if this is something maybe they may have made the change because of that fumble late in the first half. Tough call for a father to make, however, to bench your own son for a mistake. This time the toss goes to Hoover. Hoover breaks one outside. He's down into Spotswood territory and finally wrestled down at the 46-yard line, but not until he picks up a big first down, a run of about 20 yards, 15 yards at least there for Hoover.
I definitely don't think that limp's bothering him any.
No, I think you're right. I think that ankle or whatever it is that he's limping on appears to be just fine as we see the Jenkins Insurance replay. .31 on the tackle that time, Hunter Garrison, the middle linebacker, able to make that stop. Single receiver, pistol formation, single receiver to the right. Handoff goes to Hoover again. He picks up about 3 yards down to the 43 of Spotswood, where it will be 2nd and about 7. Scholl making another tackle. He's, telling you what, despite the fact that they're down 14-0, he's making a play for defensive player of the game here, Jared. He's made some big plays already.
Absolutely. He's had some huge plays on both sides of the ball, really. Great all-around player from what it looks like from this game.
Spotswood's got to make a stop here. They can't afford to go down 3 scores the way they've been struggling to put points on the board through the last 2.5, 3 weeks.
No, especially with only 6:13 left in this quarter.
Here you hear whistles. Central wants to take a timeout and talk about it. 2nd and 7 when we come back. 6:10 remaining in the third quarter, and the Falcons lead 14-0 in your SVS Game of the Week.
Introducing something new from Old Dominion. Our clients have loved our feature-rich mobile site for years, and now you can get all that info in an app. Search the way you like. Discover listings in new ways. From desktop to mobile, we've got you covered. And one more thing, we are the only company in the area to have access to 5 MLS systems. That means you'll get more listings and info here than anywhere else. Guaranteed. Old Dominion Realty. Now that's what you were looking for.
We're back at Spotswood High School. Central Falcons leading the Trailblazers 14-0, 6:10 remaining here in the third quarter. And interesting point, we've spotted Brady Dotson on the sideline. He doesn't appear to be out on the field. He's not on the field now. Spotswood, however, is playing defensively right now. They're trying to keep this lead at 2 scores, 14-0. Central facing a 2nd and 7. Pistol formation. The snap comes back to Sam Barber. Barber hands off to the second back through. That's Hoover. Hoover struggles to get down to the 40-yard line of Spotswood. He turned the ball over. Spotswood saying they've got it, and that's in fact the case. Spotswood comes up with a turnover, the big turnover that you said they needed here, Coach, or Jared. We'll see if they can see who came up with the ball. Jenkins Insurance replay. I think it might have been Michael Sword, number 1, kept fighting for it and ended up coming up with the football. We'll see it again here on the field view. This is a great angle, guys. You see him strip it out here, and once you see it hit the ground. Didn't get to see it. We're back to live action.
Big run.
Got back just in time to see Brady Dotson is back in the backfield. So he was not injured, was not benched by his coach. So that's a good sign. He's back in the ballgame, picks up an important first down there for Spotswood. The Trailblazers are at the Central 48-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:40 and counting here in the third quarter. Handoff again goes to Dotson. He makes a cut and makes a couple of people miss at the line of scrimmage. And again, he surges down to the 37-yard line. That's enough for another first down Spotswood. And suddenly Spotswood's found a couple answers, as we see here on the Jenkins Insurance replay, Jared.
You're just seeing more holes open up for Dotson to run through. Maybe you need an extended break just to get ready for these upcoming plays, carry the team down the field.
He's done exactly that. You may be right. He may have been just getting an extended halftime break. Polglaze under center. There you see Khalil Davis come into the backfield, the final back in the eye. He takes the handoff. He runs out around the left end. He's got a couple of guys hanging on him, but he's not down until he's inside the 25-yard line. They're marking him at the 25-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 again for the Spotswood Trailblazers.
Khalil Davis, again, with a good run. The offensive line has definitely turned it on a little bit in the late part of the third quarter.
And Davis, again, took 2 people to get him to the ground. Split backs in the backfield this time. Not much room for anybody to run there. That's Scholl, the ball carrier. He maybe picks up a couple. They'll give him 1 inside the 25 to the 24. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Trailblazers. The fake toss, a lot of room. Nobody even touched him that time. The ball comes out. That's Stanton Scholl.
Central looks to have it.
That play was wide open, too. All Scholl had to do was get outside and keep running, and he turned it over. 55 that time. Todd Stocking came up with the ball, not even hit.
Just pops out. Tough play for a kid that's been having a really great game beforehand.
Counter trap. Looked like he tried to switch hands with the ball there, Jared, as we see the Jenkins Insurance replay. Looks like he tried to switch hands and get that ball in the outside hand, and when he did, he just lost control of it. Put it on the ground. So now Central takes over. 4:12 remaining in the third quarter. They lead 14-0, and they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Snap to Barber. Barber drops and looks. Throws deep down the left sideline, and it's incomplete. Overthrown Rao, the intended receiver. Penalty marker on the play. We'll have to see what this is about. Pass interference against Spotswood is the call, so that'll be an automatic 1st down, 15 yards from the original spot. So that'll bring the ball out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons. Spotswood coaches seem to be yelling that it was an uncatchable ball. Not going to matter as Central hurries to the line of scrimmage. And this time the toss goes to Hoover. Hoover cuts inside the defensive end who'd come upfield in a hurry.
It's hard to complain when they're up 14-0, but I don't see why they're not throwing more often. Their quarterback coming into this game, Barber, he's completed 14 to 22 for nearly 300 yards and a touchdown.
It does have a lot of success. It does show that they do throw it deep. When they throw it 14 catches and 295 yards is a lot of yardage per completion. So I'm surprised a little bit too that they're not going to the air. Although with a 14-0 lead, they may just be happy to watch this clock run too.
Absolutely.
2nd and 9. That time it was Barber who decided to keep, as you see on the Jenkins Insurance replay. Drew Allen, the first guy to arrive in the backfield and force Barber to rethink his plan there.
And you see Scholl in that play again. He's everywhere.
Making a lot of tackles. He may want to make every tackle from this point forward after putting the ball on the ground, as much room as he had down this right sideline a minute ago.
Certainly gives him some motivation.
You're absolutely right. He's been making plays all night there defensively. I'm not surprised to see him on another one there. This time Barber drops back, floats a little screen pass. I thought it was caught by one of the linemen.
It was caught by 77. He didn't know what to do, just stood there and it was knocked out. That was knocked out by number 86, Jared Morris. Big sophomore for Spotswood. Or recovered, I'm sorry.
Recovered by Morris.
Yes.
Nice nimble feet. I'm interested in how that call comes out. The pass was caught by an ineligible lineman, but still counts as a fumble and picked up by Spotswood. I'm surprised that that's the way that call goes. I thought the ineligible receiver would make the whole play dead.
Yeah, it's probably why you saw Big 77 just standing there.
I think he knew after he caught it he wasn't supposed to have caught it, so he just stood, threw the ball down knowing he wasn't supposed to have it. And that's what you can see Coach Yao complaining now. He's arguing that the ball was put on the ground intentionally by the ineligible receiver.
Certainly not happy with that call.
The officials are going to meet and talk about it. I think this is the right call, however, Jared. I think if they're going to call this, it's an incomplete pass because it's an ineligible receiver, and they'll penalize Central after they determine the spot.
Absolutely. Now we have another flag down.
I think he just put that flag back on the field.
Gotcha.
We'll see, however, he's coming over this way to talk to Coach Dodson about it.
We'll see by Dodson's reaction how it's going to go for him. As you can see from his reaction, it doesn't look like it's going Spotswood's way.
No, it does not. You can tell pretty quickly that he's saying the guy tried to toss it backwards and therefore it was a lateral. I still think the penalty comes first and it's an incomplete down because of the ineligible receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. The review of the call is, from what it seems like, is going to be the correct decision.
Ineligible receiver. Ineligible receiver. We still got conversation going down on the field. We've got conversation up here in the press box. There's conversation everywhere about this play. Here you see the little screen pass. 87 who catches the ball. I don't think he didn't put it down intentionally, but he doesn't even. He knows he's not supposed to have it, but
I'm not too sure he even had full control of the ball. He looked surprised as ever to have the ball in his hands.
You'll see why linemen are linemen and why they're not running backs. Right there's why.
Well, you never see him actually. You can see it rolling in his hand the whole time. He never clutches it.
Ball picked up and returned 8 yards by number 86, Jared Morris, but I don't believe that return is going to count because I believe the penalty will be enforced first. It was a 1st and 10 play, however, we've got flag and a lot of.
The official call on the play was an illegal forward pass, a loss of down. So that'll be 4th down.
So it's looking like indeed they're saying Central has kept the ball.
They did take away the 1st down for Spotswood, so it will be 4th and 14 now for Central, who goes into punt formation. And we have more whistles. Why am I not surprised over the last 10 minutes? We've been standing here waiting for that call to be made.
You might hear some unhappy fans down below us.
You can pick that up on our field mic. Hopefully they will remain G-rated. I can't promise you that, however. There's a snap. It's a good snap. The kick is off. He shanked it off the side of his foot. It rolls out of bounds inside Central territory. They're marking it at about the 41-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 Spotswood. Let's take a look and see what happened here, Jared.
Just shanked it off the side of his foot, and that just, wow, that's not a very good punt.
That's Clifton Kroom, the punter, I think. Banged one off the side of his foot there, and you'll see the official walking it down that sideline. They're down to the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 Spotswood. 2:16 remaining here in the quarter. Illegal substitution now called on Spotswood. 12 men in the huddle.
get good field position and immediately get a penalty. Sounds
the
about
story of
right.
their life. Either that or a great gain, and then the fumble or turnover. Here you see Davis come in motion. He takes a swing pass. He makes a cut, gets back outside. He's going to be stopped shy of the original line of scrimmage. They'll mark him down at the 42-yard line, where it will be 2nd and 11 for the Trailblazers.
Second down 12.
This time the handoff goes to Brady Dodson. Dodson down inside the 40, down to about the 39-yard line.
22 Dodson on the carry. Riley making the initial hit for Central.
Picked up of about 2.5, maybe 3. It'll be 3rd and 8 now for the Trailblazers. Paul Glaze and the rest of the team check their wristbands. Get the formation, 2 receivers to the left. Eye backfield behind Paul Glaze. The handoff goes to Brady Dodson. He brings it out around the left end, cuts it upfield toward the middle, gets down close to the 30 before he gets wrestled back. Still not down on the ground. But I do believe that forward progress will get him to the 30, and that should be enough for the first down as we take a look at the Jenkins Insurance replay.
This kid's got some strong legs. It looks like half the team is on him, and he's still not going down. Having to push him back. Dodson's a big boy, that's for sure.
Protecting the ball a little bit too, you notice, as opposed to giving it up as he did late in the first half.
Good luck.
2 receivers this time to the right. There's the fake handoff, the play action pass out in the right flat, complete, and down to the 25-yard line. McDaniel on the reception. Spotswood driving as we go under 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The Trailblazers trailing the Falcons 14-0.
You just saw Dodson come off the field for a little bit of a breather.
Shull that time, I believe, is who the first back was. Yep, that is Shull. The ball carry, we take a look on the Jenkins Insurance replay, just a straight handoff on a dive. And then he does a dive, and we've got people cringing in the press box because he landed on his head in a very unorthodox manner, but he got enough for the first down. Spotswood down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. And that's again Shull. Again, you see that line surge. They just can't. The first guy's having trouble bringing these Spotswood running backs down all of a sudden, Jared.
Yeah, big 70 is a big part of that too, though. Blocking down the field for whoever the running back is at the time.
That's Austin McAdams, the big guy up front. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter, where Spotswood still trails Central 14-0. We'll be back with your SVS Game of the Week right after this.
We provide excellent care here at Centera RMH Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, from the initial injury all the way through rehab, and it's all right here in the local community. What I love about my job is the fact that I can get people functioning better and back to the activities they like to do. It's about patient-centered care, and the goal from the nursing staff to the physicians to the rehab staff is focused on helping out people and getting them better.
No referral is needed, so visit rmhonline.com today.
Back in Penn Laird at Spotswood High School, where the host Trailblazers are 14 points behind the visiting Central Falcons, but they're driving deep in Central territory, trying to make something happen here to start the fourth quarter. And it's pretty important that the Blazers make this happen, Jared, and if they do, that brings them to within 1 score, and we've got most of the whole fourth quarter yet to play.
Absolutely, this is vital for them. 12 minutes in the quarter, I mean, gives them plenty of time to come back, just can they?
We've got 2nd and about 7, maybe 6. We start the fourth quarter. Trailblazers in the same formation, I formation, 2 receivers to the left. The ball goes to Brady Dotson. He hurdles the tackler, gets out the left side. He's inside the 5.
He loses it
Dropped
again.
the ball again, and I believe Central says they have it. The first indication from the officials is that they do. First down Central, and what a heartbreaker as we take another look here on the instant replay.
Great run at the beginning for number 22, but just poked out by number 23 for Central Woodstock, Hank Hoover, and picked up by Tristan Rao. Honestly, 2 names you've heard a lot this game.
You're exactly right. Those guys making plays on both sides of the ball, just as has Stanton Scholl for the other side. And you know, Coach Dodson and his son Brady both have to be sick about that turn of events there. 11:52 remaining. The ball inside the 5-yard line at about the 2.5, maybe the 3, we'll call it. And Central has regained control. First and 10. Time a little simple rollout, number 45. The intended receiver, Jesse Cloyd, he catches the ball, steps out of bounds short of the first down, however. Not far short, 2nd and 3, we'll call it.
Gain of 8 yards, 2nd down 2.
Win it back, defense.
Pass receiver taken out of bounds by Weston.
There you see the quarterback, Sam Barber, carrying the play, still back and forth from sideline to huddle. That young man's going to need a nice ice bath when we're done here tonight, Jared.
He's got to do cross country on the offseason.
He might be right. He got to meet tomorrow somewhere. McAvoy the carry, just enough for a first down. They're out to the out to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 now, Central at their own 14-yard line, 11:40 and counting here. Spotswood's got to make a quick stop and then find a way to get their offense back in gear and get the ball down to get back into this lead. Pistol formation, the ball again goes to McAvoy. McAvoy out to beyond the 25-yard line. That should be enough for another first down, and it is. They're moving the chains again, 11-18 and counting.
I'm sure Coach Yo is yelling from the sideline to stay away from him, keep the clock running.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't want to get near the sidelines and have the clock stopped here. You want a nice long play, time-consuming drive as much as you can on the ground. Although they've had success in the air. Here you see the toss. McAvoy again on the tackle. He's wrestled down in the backfield, it looked like. I don't know if they'll actually stop him. I think they gave him initial forward progress to the 25, so that's the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 2nd and 10. Here you see the Jenkins Insurance replay, just too many gray shirts there at the time of the ball.
Bell making the initial hit for the Trailblazers. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 Trailblazers, pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right. Barber takes the ball, rolls to his right, tucks it under, struggles to get out beyond the 25, gets out to about the 27. It's a short gain of 2, but we've got a flag down in the backfield, and it appears to be, it'll be holding. There's the official signal. It is holding against Central. They're marking off the 10 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 20 for the Falcons. 10 minutes, 4 seconds remaining here in the contest, where the Falcons lead the host Trailblazers 14-0.
2nd down 20, the ball resting on the Central 15-yard line.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers again out to the right. Barber will again roll that way. He looks, throws over the middle. The ball is tipped and picked off. That's Khalil Davis making his way upfield. Davis runs past a couple of players, gets to the left sideline where he's finally tripped up and down at the 21-yard line.
Great pick by number 4, Khalil Davis, off that off the rebound, off the deflection. Great speed.
And we've got a central player down as we look at the Jenkins Insurance replay. Who got the tip? That's 31. Hunter Garrison got the initial tip. Davis did well to bring it down and then outran the defense back to the far side of the field. Got it down to the 21-yard line, I believe, is where they'll mark it. But right now we've got a player down on the field, and we'll take a timeout. 14-0 Central in your SVS game of the week.
We are not all things to all people. Therein lies the beauty. Character stands the test of time. It's what makes certain individuals curious, even though they're experienced. Come visit us and experience the 2013 lineup of Lincoln automobiles, including the all-new Lincoln MKZ at Paul Ball Lincoln, 13 Lee Jackson Highway in Stanton. Open in a narrow-minded world. We understand.
We are back at Spotswood. The ball is on the 20-yard line where Spotswood will take over 1st and 10. The Trailblazers just got possession back on a pickoff, an interception by number 4, Khalil Davis, who returned it to the 20. The Trailblazers got to make something happen now, Jared. 9.5 minutes, though, still plenty of time.
Definitely, and they needed that. They needed that turnover for sure. It's good to note also that the injured Central player got up on his own power and walked off the field.
Good point. Very good point. And there you see Davis go in motion. See the fake, the pass into the end zone, touchdown Spotswood. Polglaze made a pump fake. Andrew McDaniel turned his man upfield and made the catch in the end zone. Touchdown Spotswood, 9:23 remaining, and the Blazers are back in the ball game.
Great play. I'd look for them to go for 2 here.
20-yard touchdown play for the Trailblazers.
Just a great throw and catch by Spotswood. To go for the extra point, and it's no good.
Extra point kick is no good, so Spotswood still trails, but they trail 14-6. 9:23 remaining in the contest, and we'll be back with the final moments right after this.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
Did you know?
I'd be puking on Mike.
We're back in Penn Laird at Spotswood High School, where the Blazers have just cut the game, the deficit to 1 score, 14-6. They trail the Falcons, and they'll get ready to kick off for just a second time tonight. And you've got to think that Chris Dodson is perfectly happy that they've broken that scoreless drought after more than 2 games, Jared.
Definitely. They picked up their fellow teammate, number 22, Dodson, after his fumble near the same area in the red zone.
Took the Blazers just 1 play to score after getting the ball back on the Khalil Davis interception. The ball was kicked deep, Bounces off the hands and the face mask of the receiver. He picks it up inside the 5-yard line. He put the ball on the field, and the Blazers are saying they have it, and they do.
Wow, just what they needed, Jay.
You're exactly right. They get one score, get back in the game, and you can see the excitement on the sidelines now. Spotswood's players, Spotswood's coaches, Spotswood's fans, everybody is back in this game. 9:14 remaining, and the Blazers have the ball at the central 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
You might hear the crowd back in it now. Down only 8 and crucial turnover.
Let's keep our technicians here on step doing the gnat sound. The ball handed off to Dodson. Dodson stacked up at the line of scrimmage and finally wrestled down. Maybe even a loss of 1. They will mark him for a loss of 1.
Showing a lot of faith in the young back after 2 turnovers already in the game.
I'd be surprised if they didn't try to get the ball to Khalil Davis here. He made a big play for him before. He's out on the left side or on the right side. There you see a big hole. Dodson burst through. He's down to about the 6-yard line. Brady Dodson. You see here on the Jenkins Insurance replay, just a huge hole in the line of scrimmage here, Jared.
Great blocking. The line has definitely done some work tonight.
1st and goal, Spotswood. Trailing 14-6, 8:30 and counting. Ball handed to Dodson again. He breaks a couple of tackles. Just gets caught about the 1-yard line, 1 yard shy of the goal line. In fact, they're marking him inside the 1 right at the goal line.
Cut to the left and he would have been home free.
Spotswood checking their wristbands again. Paul Glaze again will go under center. 2 receivers again to the right side. I-backs behind Paul Glaze. He gives to the first back, and he's hit almost immediately once he got in the backfield. Whistles on the field. There is a penalty. Offsides on the defense. I don't know how you take half a yard, but that's what they'll about get here, Jared.
Give him 6 inches.
That's about what it'll be. That's a 6-inch penalty. Our first 6-inch penalty of the game. That time the ball fumbled. Polglaze runs back to the 6 and falls on it. Make it to 7 where he falls on it. The handoff that time just seemed to get away from him.
Looked like it stuck on his fingers and then flung away from him.
3rd and goal now from the 6-yard line. Single receivers to either side of the formation. Polglaze again under center. He rolls to the left, throws out there. The bobbling catch is made. Touchdown Spotswood, and that time it's...
Who else would it be? Stanton
Scholl. He's made plays on both sides all night. And that gets the Spotswood crowd into it. 14-12 now the deficit. The challenge here is, Jared, do you go for 2? You called it on the first score. I'll say they go for it here on 2 and try to tie this game with 7:06 remaining.
You've got to. There's no telling when you'll get back down here for Spotswood, so definitely got to go for 2 here.
The thing is, they've now wrestled away momentum from Central. And Spotswood will take a timeout and think about it. We'll be back. 7:06 remaining. Central 14, Spotswood 12 on your SVS Game of the Week.
Well, folks, it's official. Paul Loball Ford is the #1 select Ford dealer in the entire Washington, D.C. district, including the Valley, for the first half of 2014. All because you made the switch. To meet demand, we've decided to almost double our new car inventory for a bigger selection, which means bigger savings. Plus, free maintenance, including oil changes and tire rotations for the life of your bumper-to-bumper warranty on every new Ford sold. Only where the Valley makes the switch. Are you ready?
Back at Spotswood High School in Penn Laird, Virginia on a beautiful Friday night for Spotswood football, or for any football that matter. Shenandoah Valley Sports Game of the Week brought to you live on Telemedia Productions. 7:06 remaining in the contest. Spotswood has just scored. They are going for 2 in an attempt to tie this game. The handoff, the fake, the throw over the middle, the pass is caught. Touchdown Spotswood, or 2-point conversion Spotswood, and we got a tie ball game with 7:06 remaining.
We were definitely right in the beginning of the game. We're seeing a close game now. So, eerie, similar to last year's meeting where they went to a double overtime.
I don't think we're going to get to the 48s, the 49-48 last year, but yeah, we do have another close game as we predicted in the middle.
Oh, and it's starting to pour now after that 2-point conversion.
Oh, what's a little rain? We're in the press box, Jared. Don't sweat it.
Might look out for another fumble, though, with all the moisture.
Need more from your wireless relationship? Maybe it's time to start a new one. Switch to Intellos Wireless and get 10 gigs of data and unlimited talk and text for just $45 a month. Yes, more data, more value. Plus, get zero down on all smartphones, and we'll even buy out your contract up to $350 per line. It's 10 gigs of data and unlimited talk and text for only $45 a month. Stand up and demand more. Intellos Wireless.
And we are back underway. The ball sails down to the 6-yard line. Spotswood some poor tackling. The ball brought out by number 2, Connor Hammock, out to the 38-yard line. That's a 32-yard return, and Spotswood's coaching staff can't be happy. They seal them deep. That's a pretty good kickoff for a high school kid putting the ball at the 6-yard line, but then the return or the coverage not so good, and Central has a first down at their own 38-yard line, and now we get to see what Central's made of. They've got to come back and try to wrestle momentum away from Spotswood.
Well, it's already done a little bit with that return. You definitely hear the crowd quiet down a little bit.
You're right. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's a sprint option. The quarterback keeps. He's got room down the right sideline, and he's run out of bounds inside Spotswood territory. No, they're marking him out back in his own territory at the 49. I thought he got further downfield than that, but still enough for a first down as we see the Jenkins Insurance replay and Barber's carry there around the right end. Shotgun formation again, this time 2 receivers on the left, a sprint option again. There you see a flag late coming in after the run by Hoover. Holding against Central.
Fans definitely appreciate that call.
Penalty marked off from the Spotswood 45 back to the Central 45, where it will now be 1st and 14 now for the Trailblazers. Got another shotgun formation. 4 receivers now on the right side of the formation. And Central takes a timeout. 6:21 remaining, and we're tied 14-14 in your Shenandoah Valley Sports Game of the Week.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
We are back in Penn Laird, Spotswood High School to be specific. Spotswood 14, Central 14. We are tied with 6:21 remaining here in the fourth quarter of our SVS Game of the Week. Telemedia Productions bringing you the game free of charge. 1st and 14 Falcons. Barber takes a snap, rolls to his right, avoids a tackler in the backfield, avoids another. There's another. He runs back to his left, picks up about 15 yards.
This kid is hard to tackle in the open field.
Actually picks up about 11, setting up a 2nd and 4. Nice scramble that time, as you see here on the Jenkins Insurance or the Harrisonburg Nissan replay. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to either side. Barber 5 yards behind center, takes a snap, drops back, looks to throw, looks deep down the sideline. Man out there is covered, so he just throws the ball away. That was Connor Hammock, the intended receiver. You see Davis walking back in there from Spotswood. If he was in coverage, they might have been shy to go his way. He's already got 1 pick to set up one of the 2 Spotswood scores.
Crucial hold here for Spotswood if they want to win this game.
Good point, great point. Spotswood gets a hold here and they can force a punt. They've got all the momentum, might be able to take the ball down the field and make something happen late. Shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, sprint option. Plenty of room for the first down there for the quarterback, Samuel Barber. He's down to the 35-yard lines where they're marking him. 1st and 10, Woodstock, Central of Woodstock. 5:12 and counting here in the fourth quarter. A little bit of rain falling here. Spotswood, some of the umbrellas back out. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The inside handoff. Looked like McAvoy. Hoover, though, the ball carrier. He doesn't gain anything. The ball still resting on the 35-yard line. 2nd and 10, Falcons. 4:30 and counting here in the ball game.
Both teams relying heavily on their running backs, even though they've had some bigger plays from the passing side.
It's very true, very true. Shotgun formation again, 2 receivers to either side. Barber takes a snap, looks to his right, throws a little screen pass underneath. Looks like Tristan Rao, the ball carrier. He's down inside the 25 to the 24, and that's enough for another Central first down. It's the same crossing pass I believe we saw in the first half as we see it on the Harrisonburg Nissan replay.
You see Hunter Garrison with the stop there for Spotswood.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the quarterback's right, 1 to his left. 1 running back in the backfield, that's Hoover. Hoover swings out of the backfield, catches a little pass in the flat. He works to get to the sideline, and he'll be pushed out of bounds down, it looks like, around the 15. They'll mark it down at the 16-yard line. 2nd and a long 3 now for the Falcons. They're locked in a 14-14 tie with the Trailblazers. 3:22 remaining.
If Central does score here, Spotswood's going to have to rely on their passing game to get down the field in 3 minutes.
Yeah, they're not going to have a lot of time left, are they? You're right. This time the inside handoff, and no room there whatsoever. I believe that was Hoover, and it was. Barber there, you see over the coaching staff getting the call. He'll bring it back into the huddle. 3rd and 6 after a loss of 3 on that running play for Hoover. Again, a big play for Spotswood's defense, Jared. 3rd and 6 here with 2:45 and counting remaining in the game. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sprint option. The pitch goes to Hoover. There's a flag come out. Hoover finally wrestled out of bounds inside the 5-yard line, but I think that's going to come back for a holding penalty. It is holding against the Falcons. It will still be 3rd down, but depending on where the ball was where the holding penalty took place, where the ball will be marked.
It's definitely a big call, though, because that was a great gain.
Ball's being marked at the 29-yard line, maybe the 28, where it will be 3rd and 10 now for the Falcons. Spotswood crowd still into it, trying to keep the Blazers into it. 2:32 and counting. Three receivers to the right, 1 to the left of the quarterback into shotgun formation. Barber takes the drop, rolls, is chased in the pocket. Has a man somewhat open on the left sideline, but throws the ball over the head of Varsity Bright, number 21. Incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th and 10. Interesting call here, Jared. I know it's tough to ask a high school kicker to kick a field goal that's going to be 40 yards long. So I guess you got to go for it here, or do you even try to run the ball and get some of this yardage back and then hope that the Blazers can't make it downfield in 2:26?
I think they're going to go for it.
They will. They take a timeout to talk about it. We'll take the timeout with them. We'll be back with the final 2:25 right after this timeout.
What do all these people have in common? Potential home buyers. So whether you're a first-time home buyer or an experienced one, let Old Dominion Realty help you with your real estate needs. Old Dominion Realty, built on integrity with proven results. Contact us at odrva.com or call 1-800-296-2455.
Back at Spotswood on a beautiful Friday night. We don't mind the rain. We're in the press box. Why would we mind the rain? Plus the umbrellas and the hoods have gone back down, so I think the rain has stopped. Central facing a 4th and 10 on their own 23-yard line. Tied in a 14-14 game with Spotswood. Big play here for the Spotswood defense. Three receivers to the quarterback's right. Barber takes a snap. He rolls to his right. Chased in the pocket. Gets chased more. Throws, and the ball is knocked away. Number 2, it looks like, Adam Dolphemeyer knocks the ball away.
That was a great play by Dolphemeyer. You can see it right here. Quarterback scrambles back and just tries to get away from the defender. 15 again, and Dolphemeyer with a great play on the ball.
That was a great play on the ball. Pass intended for number 43, it looked like that time. Antolin Perez Torres.
And of course Stanton Scholl chasing the quarterback.
Absolutely, as he has been. He's been chasing base runners. I've been watching too much baseball. Chasing ball carriers and quarterbacks all night long. Another busted play, I think, there. He turned around, looked to give the ball off, and there was nobody there to give it to. Polglaze had to keep it because I think somebody went the wrong side or something.
Yeah, it looked like it. Crowd certainly didn't like how long the play was allowed to keep going.
Here we see the Harrisonburg Nissan replay. Yeah, Brady Dodson was looking to get the ball, and Polglaze just turned the wrong way, it looked like, missed a handoff. So it'll be 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2. Clock ticking under 1:40 now to play. Polglaze gets the signal from the sideline, steps under center, 2 receivers to his right. He'll roll this way, pumps down the sideline, has his man open.
Great catch by Andrew McDaniel and great run after the catch for a huge gain for a first down. You see it right here? Threads a needle inside a bunch of Central defenders and manages to continue on downfield, down to the 42, 43-yard line.
Great camera work, guys, on the Harrisonburg Nissan play, the instant replay. That time it looked like the ball goes to Brady Dodson. Dodson surges forward into Central territory. The ball marked, well, the ball's marked right at midfield, so we're at midfield. Timeout called by Spotswood. 1:04 remaining in the contest. In this game, your SVS game of the week is tied at 14-14. We'll be back.
Hey, did you know Harrisonburg Nissan has the best selection of pre-owned cars in the Valley? With something for everyone. Best selection, locally owned, #1 volume dealer. It all adds up. Check it out at harrisonburgnissan.com.
We are back at Spotswood High School. The Trailblazers driving, facing a 2nd and 4 at midfield. They need just one score. Tied 14-14 with Central of Woodstock. Here, 1:04 remaining in the contest. This time Polglaze airs it out deep. Davis is there. Davis is in for the touchdown. Spotswood takes the lead.
What a catch by Khalil Davis and what a throw by the quarterback. That's beautiful. And you see this, you can't see it, but we can see the student section just running down, all excited about the play.
There you do get to see it. Great camera work, guys. You see the student section is now emptied out onto the concrete just around the track. Khalil Davis hauls in that beautiful touchdown strike from Polglaze, 50-yard touchdown pass to put Spotswood ahead for the first time tonight.
I'd be expecting to see those fans on the field in about 56 seconds, Jay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I hope they don't jump the fence or break the fence down, but what a great play. Snap is good, the kick is up, and it is good. Spotswood 21, Central of Woodstock 14, 56.3 seconds. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
If you're planning a remodel, don't make the big box mistake. Visit the showroom at May Supply to get what you need to make your vision a reality. MetaTub has combined bath safety with luxury to create the ultimate bathing experience. All of our tub combinations were created with you in mind. May Supply is off the beaten path, but it's worth looking for thousands of ideas for your kitchen or bath in one place and with the expertise to make it happen. Visit the May Supply showroom today.
Now that's what you had in mind.
We're back, and as we take a look at this last scoring play, you see Polglaze set his feet, heave the ball deep downfield. This ball is right on the money to Khalil Davis. Touchdown, Spotswood, and they need They lead 21-14 now with 56.3 seconds remaining. Spotswood's been hurt, though, a couple of plays, Jared, with big returns, so they've got to be very, very careful here.
Yeah, 56 seconds can be a long time for the Central offense. And
they tried the onside kick, and they recover it. Spotswood's going to be able to salt this game away, folks. What a gutsy call by Coach Dodson.
Kicked it right at his foot. I've never seen quite there, and it looks like a Central player is hurt, 52.
Might have been the guy that didn't get the ball picked up. Looked like just a squib kick that happened to hit an up guy. I'm not sure that was the call.
I'm not sure, but it was 52 that it went off his foot, and he's hurt.
I think he just tried to squib kick this thing, and he just happened to hit a guy. And the ball gets recovered by Spotswood, number, who was that, 22?
I think it was 22. Hard to tell in the pile.
That's Brady, if that's who it is. You see Spotswood in the victory formation now. Polglaze takes a snap, takes a knee, and we will be final here in Spotswood after one more snap. The Blazers have come back to win 21-14 over Central. All they've got to do is snap the ball one more time. And what a turnaround here in the fourth quarter.
Just what they needed. Didn't need to start the season 0-4, especially going into division play.
Polglaze again under center. The snap, the kneel, and this one will be history as we go under 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And wait for the cannon, folks. There it is. Ball game over. Spotswood 21, Central 14. We'll be back to take a look at the second half highlights and wrap things up right after this SVS timeout.
Just east of Massanutten Resort in Elkton are two of the finest restaurants in the valley, Ciro's Italian Eatery and El Paso Mexican Grill. Ciro's offers authentic Italian cuisine, pizzas, and subs, as well as an extensive hand-picked wine selection. And just 2 blocks away, at El Paso, you'll find the genuine tastes of Mexico. So whether you have a taste for Italian or Mexican, take the scenic drive to Elkton and visit us soon. Enjoy a meal you're sure to remember at Ciro's Italian Eatery and El Paso Mexican Grill.
Hope to see you soon. Salud.
Clear to zip. Break a little. That's good. Good job. Game on.
We are back in Penn-Laird at Spotswood High School, where the Trailblazers are celebrating a 21-14 come-from-behind win over Central, who led 14-0 at the break. Jared, we talked a little bit during the break. We've got a defensive player of the game, Rockingham Memorial Hospital, Quality Care, RMH, by your side. Who do you want to nominate, and who's got the Defensive Player of the Year ball?
I would have to say it'd be number 15, Stanton Scholl for Spotswood. He was just all over the place on defense and on offense, really, but just had a heck of a defensive game, in my opinion.
He did indeed, and I'll say our University Outpost offensive player of the game for all of your JMU needs, University Outpost, will go to Khalil Davis, who had an interception. I know that's defensive, but the long touchdown pass, the 50-yard touchdown pass that he took in with ease late in the ball game, and eventually gave Spotswood this 21-14 lead. Look,